Title: Why are men more attractive the more silent they are? Revealing the truth in this video. Love psychology. Beginning of the story. Have you ever noticed, in a room full of men, there is always one who says nothing, just sits silently. And somehow, your eyes unconsciously keep finding that person? He doesn't laugh or talk much, doesn't show off, doesn't try to do anything to get attention. But strangely, it is precisely that silence that makes you remember him longer than anyone else who has ever appeared. Today, you and I will go to the end of this video to take a deep look into one of the most attractive energies of a man. Not his appearance, not his talents, but his silence. A silence that makes a woman want to step in, but she cannot understand it. If you are a woman, listen with your emotions. If you are a man, listen with understanding. And if you love a man like that, be patient. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel Suy Ngam to hear more about the things men don't say, but always want women to understand. 1. Silence is not weakness, it is control. Some people are silent because they don't know what to say. But some are silent because they don't need to speak. A calm man who doesn't react hastily or speak immediately often is not because he has nothing to say, but because he is used to controlling his inner self. And in psychology, this is a form of the highest hidden attraction, because that person is not drawn into external energy. Women are not attracted by words, but by the man who makes her wonder. What is he thinking? Why does he not need to prove anything yet still catch my attention? Attraction does not lie in words. It lies in the silence he creates. 2. Silence creates a deep sense of presence. A loud man often gives the impression of trying to impress. A silent man creates a kind of safe energy. He is there, but not intrusive. He listens, but does not rush to judge. It is a form of masculine presence, one that makes a woman feel seen, not through words, but through the eyes. He doesn't talk much, but when he looks at me, I see myself in him. And sometimes, women don't need a man to talk, but need a man who knows when to be silent so she can be herself. 3. Silence is the space that women want to fill. A room filled with too many voices makes people want to leave. But a timely silence makes people want to enter. A man who speaks little does not take up all the space. On the contrary, he leaves gaps. And in a woman's psychology, gaps are what make them want to fill in. They imagine, they wonder, they begin to form an emotional connection even when the man has done nothing. That is why a man's silence is not distance, it is a silent invitation. And women have the intuition to recognize that, even though sometimes they themselves cannot explain why they are drawn in. 4. Silence is not disconnection. It is connection on a deeper frequency. Some people think not saying anything means not caring. But the truth is, there are men who love in a very quiet way. They don't send messages every day. They don't say, "I miss you" too often. But when you need them, they are always there. When you fall, they silently reach out their hand. That is not coldness. It is a form of deep connection, where words become unnecessary. They are like a mirror, not judging, but reflecting you more clearly than anyone else. And sometimes, when they say nothing, that's when you start wanting to hear them more. Conclusion. A gentle reminder. If you are in love with a quiet man, remember, not all silence means distance. Sometimes, it is a very masculine way of loving. They don't express affection with words, but they can love through their presence. And that is what keeps women staying the longest. Thank you for watching this video until the end. If you have ever loved someone like that, be patient, and don't forget to subscribe to the Reflection channel to hear more about the things men don't say, but always want women to understand.